As realtors, I like to think we understand the importance of a networking event. The problem is most realtors do not know how to introduce themselves properly at said networking event, and they wonder why the conversation stops there. In this video, we're going to be talking about how to properly introduce yourself to have a flowing conversation, ultimately exchanging contact information, which hopefully results in closed deals. Make sure you stick around to the end because we will be talking about one secret thing that not a lot of realtors are doing, and I want to share that information with you. Stay tuned. Welcome back to my channel, everybody. My name is Derek Langfield, and in this video we're going to talk about how to properly introduce yourself as a realtor in a networking event. If you're new here, please consider liking and subscribing if you get value out of this. It helps me stay motivated to put out content, but also helps the channel grow as we are a new channel and we are looking to just provide value wherever we can. So without any further ado, let's get into it. When I first started going to networking events, I hated them. I was one of the ones that stood in a corner, didn't talk to anybody, and then at the end of the night, I was disappointed in myself for not exchanging contact information, not getting business cards, and not even having a conversation. But after attending a ton of them over the course of weeks and months, I was able to come out of my comfort zone, come out of my shell, and I was starting to challenge myself. How many cards could I end up with at the end of the night? How many conversations could I have? And that was one way I stayed motivated to going to networking events. But I also had to learn how to properly introduce myself. Because we are realtors and real estate agents, that comes with a stigma. With that stigma, it's usually not really good. And it's not just real estate agents or realtors, it's any sales job, right? The minute you introduce yourself as somebody in sales per se, automatically most people are going to shut down because they think you are trying to sell something. So the conversation stops right there. So next time you're out at a networking event or any place in your daily life, what do you say when somebody says, "Hey, what do you do?" Is it, "My name is Derek and I'm a realtor"? "My name is Derek, I'm a real estate agent"? No, because it will automatically shut down. That's one of the worst things you can say because of that stigma. They associate you with some sleazy used car salesman or some snake oil person that's just trying to sell them something instead of actually providing a service. A lot of realtors are really good at what they do. The problem is, in some markets, there's more realtors than there is even houses for sale. So how do we stand out amongst the crowd? If you change, "My name is Derek, I'm a realtor," to, "Hey, my name is Derek and I do creative work in the real estate space," now all of a sudden they get to thinking. Now all of a sudden you can have a conversation and they don't just shut down. One of the most difficult things to overcome with being a realtor or any sales job is knocking down the walls of potential clients when you first meet them. Because when you first meet somebody and you just say, "My name is Derek, I'm in sales," or "My name is Derek, I'm a realtor," their walls are gonna be as tall as Fort Knox because they talk to people that are in sales or real estate all the time. How many people that you talk to that know other realtors? Their friend, their mom, their dad, their uncle, girlfriend, nephew, their cousin's second brother on their whatever is a realtor, right? A lot of people know different realtors, so it's not the first time they've met somebody. And with that negative stigma that comes along with it, you have to break down those walls. So by saying, "My name is Derek, I do creative work in the real estate space," now they can lower those walls and ask questions. What does that mean? Are you a realtor? Are you an investor? Are you an influencer? Or do you just do marketing? Like, what kind of creative things in the real estate space do you do? And why is that important to me? So when they say, "What kind of creative work do you do?" you can say something like, "I help clients get the most money for their home in the shortest amount of time possible." That's going to raise more questions. Well, how do you do that? What kind of techniques do you use? What kind of strategies do you have, right? Especially if they've been thinking about selling their home. You have to treat meeting new people at networking events or in your everyday walk of life kind of like dating. right? You want to make a strong first impression, but you also want to separate yourself from all the other people that person may meet. And you want to establish value. Remember, if you can solve their problem, they will be with you for life. But you have to remember, at networking events, when you meet people, it's not about you. You want to ultimately turn the tables and start asking them questions, and then shut up and listen, because then you can qualify them on the spot. You can say, okay, this person is definitely worth, exchanging contact information, although I always recommend exchanging contact information because, again, it's about how many people know you in order for you to be successful in real estate. But you can qualify them. You can find out if they're a buyer, a renter, a seller, an investor. How can you help them and provide the most value? By them asking you questions, you can set yourself apart from all the other realtors that they may meet with those two simple answers. That is something you want to keep in mind. But how do you know what their problem is? You know that by asking them questions, and then shut up and listen. Now that we established how to properly introduce yourself, not only at networking events, but in your everyday life, what is that one thing you can do that will separate you from all the other realtors attending networking events? And how you do that is by throwing your own networking events. Start throwing mix and mingles and networking events, because you will be the center of attention. You will be the biggest event in town. You will be the event that everybody wants to come to. And now that you are the person that's throwing the event, everybody there will know you, and they will associate you with real estate, but they will also associate you with helping them expand their social circles, or if they're in a sales job, their network and their sales clients, right? So you are providing a value to everybody there because you are getting people together that maybe wouldn't even know each other or cross paths in their daily life. So now they almost feel indebted to you. And if you can start to see familiar faces and talk to everybody at these networking events and introduce yourself properly and find out about them and build relationships and build rapport with them, everybody at that networking event is now going to be your voucher. They're going to be spreading the word about your events, who you are. Oh, I know this great realtor. So if they are not looking in the market to buy or sell at this moment, they can go to bat and vouch for you and say, hey, I know this great realtor. Come to his networking event, meet him, and now all of a sudden you have a bunch of people that are out working for you. So that is your tip of the day. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Again, we always have resources at the bottom of the page. So if you're looking for content guides or 50 ways to generate leads, that's always at the bottom. If you want to set up a meeting with me directly to talk about your business, to talk about YouTube, to talk about social media, whatever it is, feel free to call me or book an appointment with me. And if you want all the hacks and everything that we know about YouTube in order to close 20, 30, 50, $100 million worth of real estate directly from YouTube, that guide is down below as well. So thank you so much, and we'll see you on the next one.